Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsat. Let's have a look at the headlines. Government allocates 600 acres of land for climate change university. Ceylon Chamber of Commerce calls for a new economic model for Sri Lanka. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the government is focused on building a new model of economy based on high competitiveness, digital transition, energy transition and transformation into a green economy. The President said this speaking at the International Climate Forum held in Colombo recently.
As we emerge from the economic crisis of debt restructuring and debt sustainability, the new model of the economy we look for and we be building will be based on highly competitiveness, digital transition, energy transition and transformation to a green economy. I mentioned this to some of the business leaders I met yesterday. I will discuss this with the leaders of political parties after the budget. But this is the path and the only path that is available to Sri Lanka. Building on this will be the agricultural modernization, the accelerated tourist program, amongst others. We have to identify our potential. Everyone says Sri Lanka is small. What's our chances? Being small has an advantage. But we have a large dry zone and our population is only 22 million. So we are going to have excess green energy, not merely solar, wind power, hydrogen, but is what we are now focusing on. And Sri Lanka at the moment do not have the expertise to make the plans. So we are reaching out to the multilateral development banks and to our bilateral partners to get that expertise to put together a new plan. We are in our transition to the green economy. I already presented the climate prosperity plan last year, and this year at COP28, we will bring the net zero plan. In keeping with the Secretary General's request and call to accelerate the implementation of the plans, we are looking at seeing whether we can reach net zero by 2040. It's not impossible. It can be done.
Speaking at the event, President Wickremesinghe announced that the government has allocated 600 acres of land overlooking the Kothmale Reservoir for the construction of the proposed International Climate Change University.
In Sri Lanka, as well as in other countries, we have now committed ourselves to establishing the International Climate Change University, ICCU, a common platform which will help us and all those nearby. I am talking with the Maldives government of the ability to have a small island center in Maldives. I would like this university to be an international stakeholder university, not a Sri Lankan university. We've already set apart 600 acres overlooking the Kothmale Reservoir for this university. When we look at the scenario, the capacity on climate finance and the discussions are limited to mainly to the north, to the multilaterals and a few of the larger voices such as China. Rest of us do not have that capacity. Since we are moving towards the green economy, we are also building, I said it's necessary to build up our capacity on climate financing, the whole range. Not merely the climate financing, also debt relief and financing and the other connected economic issues. Therefore, I put together the highest team possible, advisor on economic stabilization, the secretary to the Ministry of Finance, secretary, the governor of the central bank and secretary to the Ministry of Environment, together with a group. Not merely to look at Sri Lanka, but to be able to participate in the discussions that are taking place globally. Because this is one thing the global south lacks. We do not have that expertise, nor have we built it up in regard to climate finance.
The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce called for a new economic model focused on export-led investment and tourism and facilitating the private sector as the engine of growth to build a sustainable business environment. The Ceylon Chamber made this call at the India-Sri Lanka Business Summit held in Colombo recently. The event brought together key figures including Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, Indian Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman, High Commissioner of India Gopal Bagale. Chairman of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, Dumidda Hulangamuwa, stressed that Sri Lanka must not indefinitely rely on bilateral support from regional countries. Hulangamuwa emphasized the importance of an export-led investment approach to ensure the country's economic growth and stability. He highlighted the potential for increased trade with India especially as the world's economic focus shifts towards South Asia. Minister Sitharaman urged Sri Lanka to explore new avenues for economic sustainability and growth, such as green energy and pharmaceuticals. She also stressed the significant role that digitalization played in India's economic landscape, including ensuring transparency, efficiency, and inclusivity. The Vice Chairman of the Ceylon Chamber, Krishan Balendra, further emphasized the importance of tourism as the short-term solution to increase foreign exchange earnings. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. All-rounder Angelo Matthews criticized Bangladesh captain Shakib Al Hasan's decision to dismiss him via timeout as disgraceful during the ODI World Cup 2023 match in New Delhi on Monday. Matthews, speaking to the media just after the match, demanded justice from the International Cricket Council and also added that an official statement would follow soon.
Because I haven't done anything wrong. I have 2 minutes to get to the crease and get myself ready, which I did. And then it was an equipment malfunction. And I don't know where the common sense went, because obviously disgraceful from Shakib and Bangladesh. If they want to play cricket like that, obviously stoop down to that level, I think there's something wrong drastically. Because, if I got late, if I got past my 2 minutes to get to the crease, and in the law says you have to be ready within the 2 minutes, and I was there 2 minutes 45 or 50 seconds. I still had, after my helmet broke off, I still had 5 more seconds to go. And the umpires also have said to our coaches that they didn't see my helmet breaking. I mean, I was just asking for my helmet there. So it was just pure common sense. I'm not talking about mankading or obstructing the field here. This is just pure common sense and bringing the game into, disrepute. It's absolutely disgraceful. Yeah, you need to respect people who respects us. It doesn't mean that, they have to respect the game itself. I mean, we all are ambassadors of this beautiful game.
Former chairman of the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka, Janaka Ratnayaka, said the Ceylon Electricity Board is set to record profits exceeding 70 billion rupees for the last quarter of 2023. The former PUCSL chairman's statement was reported by a local newspaper today. The former PUCSL chief had claimed that in October alone, the CEB recorded had a profit of 18 billion rupees. He had attributed this gain to a combination of factors, including increased water levels in reservoirs surrounding power plants, which resulted in an energy production of 950 gigawatt hours. Ratnayaka had expressed concern over the decision to hike the unit price from 18 rupees to 50 rupees amid such favorable conditions, claiming it to be an erroneous move. He also estimated that an additional profit of 28 billion rupees would be generated in November and 22 billion rupees in December, which culminates to a total profit of 70 billion rupees. The former PUCSL chief had raised serious allegations against both the CEB and PUCSL, contending that they must take responsibility for the hike in electricity tariffs. He cited data indicating over 100,000 monthly electricity disconnections, each of which incurs a 3,000 rupees reconnection fee, resulting in a monthly earning of 300 million rupees. Ratnayaka accused the CEB of prioritizing financial gain over consumer welfare, deeming this practice as legally and policy-wise unsound. He also criticized the current leadership of the CEB and PUCSL, claiming that they lack the necessary expertise to make informed decisions regarding forecasts and financial matters. The Cabinet of Ministers appointed a special subcommittee with a mandate to examine the current situation and work in collaboration with relevant stakeholders. The Cabinet of Ministers, chaired by President Ranil Wickremesinghe, discussed the pressing issues facing the country's cricket landscape yesterday. According to the President's Media Division, several key decisions to address these concerns were discussed at the Cabinet meeting. The primary objective of this subcommittee is to recommend immediate, viable measures to resolve the outstanding issues in Sri Lanka cricket. The members of this subcommittee includes Ministers Ali Sabri, Kanchana Wijesekara, Tira Nallas and Manushana Nayakkara. In addition, an additional secretary to the President, nominated by the Secretary to the President, will function as the secretary to the subcommittee. Furthermore, the subcommittee has been authorized to co-opt the services of any official or expert in the relevant field as they deem necessary for their deliberations. This decision follows Sports and Youth Minister Roshan Ranasinghe sacking the Sri Lanka Cricket Board and appointing an interim committee via an extraordinary gazette. The interim committee appointed by Minister Roshan Ranasinghe is headed by former Sri Lanka and World Cup winning captain Arjuna Ranatunga. The interim panel is the 10th appointed by a sports minister for various reasons since 1999. On Saturday, Ranasinghe wrote to full members of the ICC asking for their understanding and support. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today.
The All Share Price Index gained 79.82 points to close at 10,871.81 and the S&P SL 20 gained 24.51 points to close at 3,071.02. The turnover was 1.9 billion rupees and over 35 million shares were traded.
Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.